There we go.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Black Spitter Music Podcast. Today, we've got two guests with us. It's their first time here on Black Spitter Music Podcast. Let us go ahead and introduce them. We got Eric Jordan, RMCP, with us today. He is from the Rock All Over You podcast. He's the second half. The other half is Edwin Canesprossi. We'll get to Edwin at the end of the show. And also, we got Travis Perota with us today. And also, we've got our resident um, fact checker here with us, Al Horta. And I will be your host
And
tonight.
so we got someone's dog live on the air with us.
Well, that ain't me.
Oh, that's me. That is definitely me. There must be someone walking by outside.
Holy shit.
Hold on. Let me close the door. Jeez, okay. Gotta get started. All right. So, what we're doing today is that we are having a special final battle today. Today's final battle is going to be Cinderella's Night Songs versus Bon Jovi's Slippery When Wet. Now, why did I choose these two albums? There's a reason for that. I'm celebrating my very first concert that I went to. That was the first concert I went to. The Night Songs, Cinderella opened up, and Bon Jovi closed it off.
No way.
Slippery When
Right
Wet.
on.
I was in the 5th grade, man. It was great.
I was gonna say, man, you got to see Cinderella for their Night Songs tour, and even though I'm kind of like about Bon Jovi, at least there's some good looking chicks there.
Well, I was 10, so yeah, there was. It was a good show. I really enjoyed it. My uncle and my aunt took me, so these two albums are very special to me.
Right
And I
on.
thought that I'd share that with you guys. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go track by track. Then at the end, we'll tally everything up and see which album wins. Both of them were released in 1986, I believe. That's The Slippery When Wet is Bon Jovi's most successful album and went 12 times platinum.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it really made stars out of them. And then after that was another successful album, New Jersey. But after New Jersey, I kind of fell off with them. After that, it kind of not something that really rattled my chain.
They
But
really started chasing trends.
yeah, they really did. And they should have kept with what they had because what they had was pretty good in my opinion. Cinderella went on to make a few more albums after Night Songs, and actually got better as their sound evolved more to a contemporary Aerosmith sound and even a Stone sound, which was completely different from what they released here on Night Songs. So, does anyone else want to add about these two albums, Eric?
Cinderella Night Songs. That was one I was getting into a lot of hard rock, heavy metal as a very young kid in first grade. I saw my first Kiss concert when I was in first grade. I was just opening the floodgates, man, and that was a CD I remember my mom showing to me, and I thought, what the hell, these guys look like chicks, man. Like, these guys look weird. But I heard the album, man, and it was pretty fucking killer. My dad had the Night Songs VHS tape, which had all the music videos on it, and it had, some live performance stuff, which is pretty cool. I used to watch that all the time, and it's funny because, Ian Wadley tells a story about, trying to mimic the guys in Cinderella and spin his guitar around his neck and hit the ceiling or something. I did something similar. I had like a toy guitar as a little kid. I was in my grandma's basement. She had like a drop ceiling that was pretty low, and I took my toy guitar and like swung it around, and it did like the strap like slipped off and it hit the little drop ceiling. Luckily, it didn't do too much damage, but it was funny when he mentioned that because the same thing happened to me, and I never attempted it again. But I used to watch that VHS tape all the time. Love Cinderella. They're a band that reminds me of a relationship I had back in the day with my Chinese ex-girlfriend, the one that got away. So it's very sentimental to me. Bon Jovi, on the other hand, I liked like the hits growing up, and there's still a lot of the hits I still listen to and do enjoy. But as far as like full albums, I'm not a big Bon Jovi fan. Like I said, there's a handful of songs I like. Most of them, I see your cat right there. Um, there's a handful of songs I do like by Bon Jovi, but for the most part, like, when it comes to deep cuts and whatnot, not a big fan. It's a lot real keyboard heavy, like even on the '80s albums, and then obviously, like you said, Andy, they start or like, well, we were talking about, they started just chasing the trends. And Grant brought them success, but every album's like they're trying to appeal to the mass market. So never the biggest Bon Jovi fan, but there are this track by track battle. There will be some surprises because I listened to both these today to make sure my opinion was honest and legit.
Right.
Luckily, my cat hangs out on the ledge over there, so luckily I don't have that problem.
Yeah, he never does this. Okay, go on. Travis, what do you think about these two albums?
How I got into it? Well, with Cinderella, I heard the name when I was starting to get into rock music because I heard that they were going on tour with Motley Crue and Poison, I thought it was a weird name for a band.
Yeah.
So I kind of forgot about them, and then I heard Gypsy Road on Sirius XM, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty kick-ass. So I went and I bought the Greatest Hits CD to get myself acquainted, and I really dug it, and I sought out the other albums, and I find them to be quite an underrated rock group from the 80s. And, although Night Songs is not my favorite Cinderella album, I prefer Long Cold Winter. I think it's a great debut album. Bon Jovi, my mom loved Bon Jovi, and she
Everyone's
played
mom did.
Right.
And I don't hate Bon Jovi. They have their moments for me. I like New Jersey, and I like songs here and there, but I wouldn't call myself a huge Bon Jovi fan. But I got nothing against him.
Cool. Al, they're from your state. They're from your back of the woods there.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the two albums? Because they're both from Jersey, aren't they?
No, well, Cinderella's from Philly.
From Philly,
but
okay.
I mean, it's right outside of Jersey. I mean, and the funny thing is that Bon Jovi actually discovered Cinderella, so he helped them get signed and get started. So that's like kind of the connection between the two. And that concert that you saw, I didn't see that concert, but with Cinderella opening for Bon Jovi, I guess that's why the connection. Bon Jovi helped them get started, so they put him on a tour on that. What year was that? You saw them, '87. I'm thinking, right? Probably '87.
Yeah, it was
right?
'87. Yeah.
So, yeah, Bon Jovi's from my state, New Jersey, and a lot of people, a lot of quote unquote, hard rock, heavy metal, they hate on Bon Jovi, but Bon Jovi is good at what they do. They're a great, pop rock band. They're good at what they're in. When they stay in their lane, they're great. I mean, and when I was now this is like I started freshman in 1986, so I started high school in that year when these two albums came out, and they were both big albums, and I remember, by this time I was getting into heavier music, though. I was getting into thrash, things like that. However, I still did like a lot of the glam metal stuff and things like that. And Cinderella, man, I mean, like when I saw their when I saw their cover right here, man, they were glammed out to the max. This is actually I got the vinyl right here. It's actually signed by Tom Kiefer.
Oh no shit!
It's kind of tough.
Nice.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, I've met Tom. I actually met the whole band, but I met Tom Kiefer a few times. So it was nice. He did a solo like acoustic thing in New Jersey, and as he was walking away from the stage, I had the album and he signed it for me. So it's pretty cool.
Nice. That's really
All right.
awesome.
And I met the whole band after a show one time they did in New Jersey. It was probably one of the last times they toured, and that was like probably 10 years ago. And I got to meet Jeff LeBar and Fred Curry, the whole band. The pictures are up on my Facebook, and
I believe I saw you post them recently.
Yeah,
That's neat.
And they signed my at that time the whole band signed my Long Cold Winter CD. So I have the CD now. Jeff LeBar passed away, so kind of a little more special now. You know, that I got to meet him. And he was a great guy too, because being a guitar player, I kind of talked to him for a little while about gear and guitar and stuff like that. And he was really cool. He talked to me for like a good 10, 15 minutes. You know,
Oh, wow.
really.
That's so nice. That's
That's like
really...
girls are like kind of clawing at him. You know, it's like,
Dude.
dude, I want to talk to this guy about guitar. You know,
You're on
So
top.
Dude, oh my God.
I kind of
One thing one thing I've learned, man, chicks love Tom Kiefer, man. Like, chicks love fucking
Yeah.
Tom Kiefer. I dated this girl, Brianna, back in the day. Like, you ever see the Slip of the Lip video by Rats? And they after the soul, they cut to that girl in the audience, like this slutty brunette-looking brace-faced chick.
Yeah.
Literally looked just like her. So I dated this chick back in the day. She had fucking blueprints to like Tom Kiefer's house. So like someone needs to look after Tom Kiefer, because I don't know, man. I thought that shit was crazy. I'm like, why the fuck you got blueprints to this man's house? Like, you are obsessed.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it was insane, bro.
That's fun.
Chicks love Tom Kiefer though. Like, I see like videos too, where like those reaction videos where like people that never even heard of Cinderella, they're watching like the videos, and all these girls like, oh my God, that singer is like pretty hot, you know? Yeah, chicks love Tom Kiefer.
Wow. I never heard
Yeah.
that about him being
But yeah, man.
Chicks
sexual.
love him, dude.
But yeah, they couldn't have been more gracious guys. Like when I met them. Going back to the Bon Jovi thing, yeah, like Cinderella and Bon Jovi, the chicks in high school loved those bands, you know, like the glam metal, you know, that was more like the chick rock as I was getting into thrash metal. But I wasn't one of those purists like, oh, I have to fucking, those guys are posers. I liked a lot of different things. Really, some of my metalhead friends would make fun of me, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. If it's good, it's good, dude. You know?
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
I like-
a good song.
I liked REM and when I was in high school. I liked Prince when I was in high school. I liked shit like that too, and you know, hip hop. I like hip hop and all that stuff. So old school rap. Anyway, going back to Bon Jovi, yeah, Slippery When Wet. I have this also, and this is I don't know if you guys ever remember a format called dual disc, where one side would be the CD, the other side would be a DVD.
Yeah, I remember that shit, man.
Like,
The Angel Retribution by
What?
Judas Priest was like that.
Yeah, I got a couple of those.
I had that one too.
Nice.
So what's cool about this Bon Jovi one? It's a dual disc, and the DVD side. And Andy knows this because I've said it many times. I'm into surround sound music, and it's the album remixed into surround sound, and it's kind of like a cool listening experience. You wouldn't think that Bon Jovi would lend itself to be great in surround sound, but it's a pretty dense album. It's got a lot of instruments on there, so it kind of lends itself well to, you know, surround sound remixing. So, because a lot of times, you know, surround sound is better, you know, lends itself better to like maybe progressive rock and, you know,
Exactly.
albums that are very layered and have a lot of instruments stuff. But the Bon Jovi one sounds really great, in surround sound, which surprised me, being that's the kind of album that it is. You know, it's a great album, dude. I'm not gonna deny it. You know, and my brother had the cassette, you know, when it came out, and we listened to it and stuff, and I got the like I said, I got the vinyl Cinderella when it came out, and it was pretty heavy for like the picture of them guys all glammed out.
I agree.
surprised how heavy it
Yeah,
was.
exactly.
Very misleading cover.
Yeah.
Very misleading cover. But that's my history on Bon Jovi and
Right
Cinderella.
on.
So.
Yeah.
Right on.
They're both Bon Jovi's New Jersey and Cinderella's right outside in Pennsylvania, Philly. They're based out of Philly, so yeah. So they're my territory here.
Cool.
So.
Ow.
On a Slippery When Wet, I got the 3-play. I like to call it a 3-play, but really it's just the album, the cassette, and the CD. I got all three different formats. Unfortunately, for when it comes to night songs, I've only got the vinyl. I don't have it any other way, but that's good enough. So, guys, let's get started. We'll go around the horn and we'll get y'all's vote. We're going track one. Let It Rock. We're going to do Let It Rock versus the title track of Night Songs. Which way are you going to go on this one, Eric?
Oh, man. So, like I said, man, not the biggest Bon Jovi fan, and I love Night Song. So, right from the beginning when you brought this up to me, I was thinking this is gonna be a slaughter. So right at the beginning, I'm like, man, I love Night Songs, but do I give Let It Rock the point as a pity? But now I'm like, nope, I gotta be 100% honest. I love Let It Rock. That's probably the best song on the album. But I gotta go stick to my guns and go with Night Songs, man. It's just such a cool, evil opener. I mean, it matches like the background of the album. The background of the album cover with the dark alley and the steam, the smoke. It's just so eerie. It's like you're walking down the streets at night. Some shit's going down. I love Night Songs, man. Real creepy, but sleazy and dark. Great way to open a fucking album, man. So I gotta go Night Songs. Although I love Let It Rock.
Yeah. Which way are you gonna go, Travis, on this one?
I'll go next. I need a shot of gasoline. I love that line. That is badass.
Yeah.
And I like both songs, even though with Little Rock, I don't like that the little
Ice Capade intro.
I like that intro, but when they do like little while they're doing the singing, I don't like that very much. But it's a good opener. Man, Night Songs can't be beaten. So there you go.
All right, that's 2-0. Which way are you going to go on this one, Al? Let It Rock or Night Songs?
Well, Andy, since Eric and Travis have never done this with us, it bears repeating, and I know you know already, Andy. Like when I do these things, I don't rehearse it. I don't study it, and I don't do a track by track before the show. I go from the gut, right.
All right.
Yeah, dude. So I know both these albums. I did revisit them a couple days ago, but I've listened to both of them enough. But I didn't keep notes, none of that crap. I'm I go and do the track by track as I'm going. So, so let me think about this. Oh, Night Song.
All right, right.
Well, and it's not that I don't like Let It Rock. I think it's a great opener to the Bon Jovi album. I love Ricky's Sambora solo in it. It's very Van Halen-esque.
Really good.
That's good.
It's a great solo by him, but dude, Night Songs, like Eric was saying, it's got this dark vibe to it. It's opens up with the kind of the gong of the bell, and then it just goes into this heavy riff, and it's like, dude, these guys are glammed down the cover and it's fucking heavy, dude. It's that's the whole kind of bait and switch. It's almost like they punked you, yeah, we got you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
not that soft,
yes, we got the chicks to buy this album.
And I like how I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I like how he references the Doors. Bring on through to the other side before he gets to the chorus. I think
the
it's
Bon
gonna
Jovi.
be
Oh yeah.
Jovi.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
I am going to
Night
go
Songs
with. I'm going to go with Let It Rock. I'm going to be the lone wolf on this one.
Wow.
All right.
The conspiracy.
I love the way it starts with the keyboards, man. Those keyboards are awesome. To lead off the album, it just sounds so great, And then the rest of the band comes in and boom. So I went with Let It Rock.
I will say that.
I will be the lone wolf on that one. But Night Songs wins that one. And Mark Alden Taylor put in his vote in for Night Songs as well.
All right, Mark.
Somewhere.
All right, Mark. Yeah.
So he went with Night Songs. Track number 2, the first big hit for Bon Jovi, You Give Love a Bad Name. That video was everywhere. That song was everywhere. With, again, Shake Me, which was the first video, right? Shake Me? Was the first video.
So. Yeah. Yeah. Shake Me, Nobody's Fool, and then Somebody Save Me.
And then Somebody Save Me, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go. Track number 2, Shake Me versus You Give Love a Bad Name. Go for it, Eric.
All right, man. So this one was unanimous. It was Shake Me. I love Shake Me. And, man, just You Give Love a Bad Name. That was a song, man. I was 10 years old. I loved that song. 13, I liked it. By 16, I was getting tired of it. And by now, I'm just like, God damn, I never want to hear that goddamn song again. it's not a bad song. It's a really, I will admit, it's a well-written song. It's catchy, but goddamn, I never want to hear that shit again. Oh my God. Like, I'm so burnt out on it. Where Shake Me just never gets old. And that's one of the more overplayed Cinderella songs. And even then, I just never get sick of it, man. Shake Me is just such a fun party time song, man.
Travis, which way are you going to go on this one?
Well, I'm not going to be very nice about You Give Love a Bad Name. I'm sorry, Andy. To quote Ian Wadley, what a smoking hot turd You Give Love a Bad Name is. What You Give Love a Bad Name.
you get music a bad name.
Shake Me rules. I love Shake Me. That's definitely winning.
Yeah, that's a good song. Yeah, it really is. Which way are you going to go on this one?
I gotta go Shake Me, my friend.
All right.
It's to me. I mean, yeah, You Give Love a Bad Name. It's just I was never big on that song, man. I just even the first time I heard it, man, I thought it was kind of corny, dude. You know, and my opinion hasn't changed on it. Yeah, you know, so
Yeah.
Shake Me rules, dude. I mean, and the video was cool, you know, and with the chick going to the concert and all that, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
it was a takeoff on like Cinderella, right? It was like the two
Yeah.
like evil sisters or some shit. And,
Yeah.
Well, the girls with clocks on their head.
Yeah.
I love that shit. That was just so cheesy and stupid. It made no sense, but it was awesome.
But that was funny. It was like the concept running through all the videos on that from that album.
Yeah, the
you know,
two
so
evil
kinda,
sisters.
Yeah, the two evil sisters and the, you know, the kind of innocent, like, you know, really. I mean, the two evil sisters are hot too, but you know, but it was cool. I mean, but Shake Me, dude, I love that song, man.
It's an amazing
It
song.
Great
was a
song.
great single for them, man. You know, introduced the world to Cinderella. So, and that's the first time I heard them. I saw it on MTV when MTV
And
was fucking good.
And I love how AC/DC-ish it is.
Yes, Cinderella has a very strong AC/DC sound to him, especially with Tom Kiefer's voice.
Yeah, his vocals are very like they have that gritty.
It's got that Brian Johnson sound to it.
Yeah.
And the wise ass lyrics as well.
But he could rein back on that and be like kind of soothing when he wants to be, like, you know, about, you know what I mean? But yeah, he's got his voice is. I mean, he had vocal troubles like going into the '90s. I remember hearing about
his vocal cords became paralyzed. He had to literally learn how to relearn to sing, and he had to relearn how to talk again. It was bad. Like,
yeah, there was a few years when he thought he probably wouldn't be able to sing again, and that was it, you know. But anyway, Shake Me's mine. Go ahead, Andy.
But he was out like for a couple of years, right, before he came back.
And you know what? It was probably during the grunge era, and he was probably like, "Fuck this, dude! I'm out for a while. I'm gonna let myself heal, learn how to, you know." Because I'll tell you what, that Still Climbing album that came out in '94, very underrated, great album, dude. I mean,
I like it.
Cinderella put out 4 studio albums, and they're all great. I love all. I mean, a lot of people don't like the bluesier kind of direction they went in. They only swear by like the first album, but I love the bluesier sound. I like the bluesy direction.
I like the later albums. Night Songs is still my favorite, but I like the later albums. They had a lot of great songs on them.
Well, they weren't really bluesy with like blues rock with like Long Cold Winter, and then going into Heartbreak Station, it was almost kind of like they went like a roots rock, like almost kind of like Black Crowes kind of almost sound.
Yeah, like every other '80s hair metal band tried copying that right after. Oh, I can't listen to the song Heartbreak Station. It's a good song, but I can't listen to it. It makes me cry, man. That shit makes me cry like a little bitch. It's so depressing.
And then Still Climbing seems like they kind of went back to their roots a little bit. They got a little back. It was kind of like a mix of like the bluesy, and then they got back a little heavier. And so a very underrated album. I mean, one day we should do like a thing like about underrated albums, like in the '90s by '80s bands. That would definitely be on the list.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, that's a really good topic because I got a lot of them that I actually made a playlist out of. The title was '90s albums by '80s bands.
Doggy
Fucking
Dog
Monica-
by Warrant.
Monica
I know.
Downs that got a lot of
Subhuman
Downs that got
Race.
overlooked, man. You know.
Yeah, especially these like bands that were in this arena of like Cinderella and Bon Jovi and Poison and stuff like that came out with grittier albums in the '90s. But this is a clean sweep. I went with "Shake Me." I love "Shake Me."
Hell
I
yeah.
think "Shake Me" is a fantastic rock and roll song, man. It's got a lot of attitude to it. So I went with "Shake Me." That was a clean sweep over "You Give Love a Bad Name." The next track number 3, Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer," against Night Songs, also second release song, "Nobody's Fool," which is played a lot on the radio. Eric, which way are you going to go?
Oh man, so this is a tale of two songs. This is one of them I absolutely love, and I put it on a fucking pedestal, and the other one I put in the fucking toilet and flush that shit.
Oh.
I'm going with "Nobody's Fucking Fool." That song is
You don't care that Tommy hit the skids and had a hard time?
Fuck Tommy, man. He deserved. That guy's a douchebag. But no, fuck Tom. And I had sex with Gina.
String, man.
I was banging Gina on the side while Tommy was at work on the docks, busting his ass for very minimum wage.
That's why she kept on running away.
That's like, yeah, she kept running away at me. But no, man, "Nobody's Fool," man, is just heart-wrenching fucking ballad, man. And goddamn, if I've listened to that song plenty of times for some breakups, man. Holy shit. And it just so much emotion in that song, the way Tom sings it. And that live version from Moscow. Ooh, forget about it, man. That song is a fucking masterpiece. It's beautiful. You can't touch it. "Living on a Prayer." I never liked that shitty song. It's like, this one's not even a burnout. This one's not even burnout. I always hate "Living on a Prayer." Holy shit, that song sucked.
You went flying from the stage?
No, it was horrible. It was stupid. His little fucking fringe jacket, smiling like a jackass. Fuck Tommy and Gina. Fucking Tommy working on the docks. Tommy should have went to fucking college or like get a better fucking job or something. And Gina needs to get off her lazy ass and get a better job. What was she, a waitress?
On everything.
What was Gina doing? Was she like a waitress or something? Or what was she? Was she doing it? Was she even doing anything? She even have a career?
She worked at the diner all day.
Yeah, she worked as a waitress. Get a real fucking job, Gina. Help support your man. God damn.
He was hard on his luck, man.
I will say I'm glad they named him Tommy instead of the stereotypical Johnny. That's always used.
It's always Johnny.
At least he had the balls to name him Tommy instead of Johnny. Something more original.
Yeah.
Oh, but God, I hate "Living on a Prayer." I never want to hear that damn song again. I hate hearing it at sporting events. It's up there with "Don't Stop Believing" as like some white people rock. Like people that listen to that song get all turned up, like white people listening to that. It's like those same people are like, "Oh, this mayonnaise is too spicy." Woo! I hate that song. God damn.
Sure.
Just ready to rock and roll.
Travis, which way are you gonna go?
Well, the first thing I want to say about "Living on a Prayer" is my dumbass thought that's the thing is. My dumbass thought that, whoa. I thought that was a speak box, but it's the bass. Now, I heard that song Guitar Hero when I was playing Guitar Hero as a kid, and I thought when I was singing into the microphone, I went, whoa. But I still like that song, I ain't gonna lie. But "Nobody's Fool" is one of the greatest ballads of all time, so I'm gonna go with "Nobody's Fool."
Yeah, and a lot of ballads, like a lot of ballad compilations of like hard rock, they always choose I don't know what it is until you're gone.
Don't know what you got till it's gone. Oh, I love that song. That reminds me of "Love I Lost."
That's a good song, but they always skip this one and go for that one.
Because like "Don't Know What You Got," as much as I love it, it's more of a stereotypical ballad of that time that fits in more. Whereas "Nobody's Fool" kind of sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
it's funny because in '86 they're doing like a more early '80s style ballad because like early '80s ballads before the "Home Sweet Home" and the
We're
formula, were great because they actually were like a little bit dark, a little bit heavier, and they kind of came from the heart. They're a little bit darker. Whereas afterwards, it just came all sugary and sappy. So it's cool that Cinderella did that. They did like an early '80s style ballad on like a late '80s album, which I thought was pretty cool of them. But I love "Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone." It reminds me of "Love I Lost." Oh, I literally want to cry like a bitch when I hear that song.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring up bad memories for you, Eric.
No, it's like a good memory, but it's just no longer in my life anymore. I love that damn song.
Long Cold Winter's a good ballad
for you.
What?
Long Cold Winter's a good ballad too.
Yeah.
See, I never liked Long Cold Winter, the song. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm not a blues guy. Like, I'm not too much into the blues. That one's just like more like it's kind of like Since I've Been Loving You by Zeppelin. That's like one of the Zeppelin songs I'm not too big on.
Oh, wow.
I see you're wearing the Zeppelin shirt. I almost wore my Zeppelin shirt too for this episode, but I wanted to wear the Night Demon shirt.
I love your Night Demon shirt. Side note, real quick.
I was just going to ask what shirt you were wearing, Erica. I was like, is it Night Demon?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Metal Cares.
Nice.
Yeah, I was wearing red shoes today. I'm wearing red shoes today, so I figured I'd wear something red.
Yeah. Nice.
Travis, did you do yours already or no? Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to add real quick that I think the greatest '80s like glam blues ballad I think is "House of Broken Love" from Great White. That's a great ballad to me.
Yeah, everyone likes that song. I never liked that one. I gotta listen to it. Maybe I should listen to it again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I really dig them.
I used to have I had a DVD of all their music videos. There's the cat. Here's my big fat cat doing nothing. That's why he's so fat. He doesn't do anything. I love him. He's so chubby, and I love him.
Yep. This is fat.
He's so fat.
Okay, so Travis did go with Nobody's Fool. Which way are you going to go, Al?
Let's see, Living on a Prayer, Nobody's Fool. You know, being from New Jersey, I really shouldn't root for like a Philly team, but I gotta go with Nobody's Fool.
You had me nervous there. You had me nervous.
Yeah, Nobody's Fool, dude. I mean, like Eric was saying, it's a ballad, but it's got like a cool, almost kind of a little bit of a darkish vibe to it, man. I remember the first time I ever heard it, dude. I really always loved that song, dude. I thought it was great, and Tom Kiefer sings great on that and stuff. You know, Living on a Prayer, dude. It's not a. I'm not gonna say it's a shitty song. It's a good song, but I'm so burnt out on it.
I'll say it.
It's like I never ever need to hear it again, ever. Because classic rock radio plays it every fucking hour, dude. It's like that's why I don't even listen to the radio anymore. It's like, dude, give me a break.
Living on a Prayer.
Living on a Prayer. I'm praying that they don't play that song ever again.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. But Nobody's Fool pounces all over that song, dude. You know, that's my pick.
So this is going to be a clean sweep again because I'm going with Nobody's Fool as well.
Hell yeah.
I remember in the 5th grade, it was like some kind of a talent show or something like that. And me and my friends got on stage and we had these like guitars made out of plywood and they played night songs and we like mouthed to it.
Oh, sweet.
It was really cool, man. Living on a Prayer, I remember that when they played it on the at that concert because John Bon Jovi flew up to where we were in the back and like played a song for us in the back so that we could get or like to see him a little better. And then he flew back down. So that was pretty cool. And I do like Living on a Prayer. I think it's a cool song. I think it's a cool story. So it was greatly written by
Desmond Child.
Desmond Child.
Yeah.
Which did a lot of writing for a lot of
he
in the 80s.
I remember it was John Bon Jovi, I guess, reached out to Paul Stanley to help write songs, and Paul was busy at the time, and he's like, well, hey, why don't you work with Desmond Child? He's helped me write some really great tunes.
Yeah.
And obviously that's, because of that, John Bon Jovi has all that money now. He's a rich man.
Yeah. But so's Desmond Child, though. He's done very good for himself.
Oh yeah, man. He's written some good songs. He wrote my favorite Kiss song.
Oh yeah, which one is that?
Who Wants to Be Lonely? My favorite Kiss song of all time.
I love that
All
song.
of them. I love
That's a
Who Wants to Be
great
Lonely. Best Kiss song ever.
That's
I
Rouse.
love the
That's
Asylum
Rouse
album.
favorite.
I love the Asylum album, actually.
I love that album. That's my
that's the
favorite
first one.
non-makeup album.
That's the first tour I ever saw Kiss on, man. That was my first concert.
No
actually.
way. Right on.
Yeah, Kiss. And ironically, Black and Blue opened up with Tommy Thayer.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you get to see them with Wasp? Because I know Wasp
No.
opened a bunch of shows. Oh, you got to see Black and Blue. That sucks. What a downgrade.
Black and Blue.
Yeah, but how ironic is that Tommy Thayer was the
For
first band
real.
ever?
And even back then, he was still making their spaghetti. He had to like leave the stage and like he had to leave the stage like during encores, like make spaghetti for the members.
That's funny.
Uh,
So the next track 4, Bon Jovi's "Social Disease" against "Nothing for Nothing" by Cinderella. Eric, which way are you gonna go with that?
Oh, there's only one way to go with this one, man. Nothing for nothing. Fucking Social Disease. That song blows. Oh, I can't. That song's so bad. It's just the opening. It's like the fucking horns and shit. Like, is Dr. Bon Jovi in? You know, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. It
Oh,
reminds me a lot of Aerosmith as well.
Oh,
Because
yeah, with those
a couple
fake
of those
horns.
songs off of Permanent Vacation.
Oh my god. It makes Permanent Vacation by Aerosmith sound like fucking Rain and Blood. It's so bad. Those stupid horns on the keyboard triggers like oh,
It was like the Casio you bought as a kid.
yeah, and you fuck around with
instruments.
I had a friend that had one of those. I do that same shit, man.
Yeah.
But man, it's not, and Social Disease is a very bad song, but you can't take away the fact that Nothing for Nothing is an amazing song. It is my second favorite track on the fucking album. It's just so heavy. Again, this is like where like it's such a misleading album cover. This is a song that could have easily been like on an album for like a more traditional style heavy metal band or hard rock band, but it's by this band that had this real glammy kind of look, and it's just straight up hard rock, you know, traditional kind of heavy metal almost in a way. It sounds like something like maybe like even like AC/DC would do. Killer fucking song.
Travis.
Well, I'm gonna be in trouble right now because I don't like either song.
Whoa!
But I'm gonna give it to the one without the phony baloney horns, and give it to Nothing for Nothing. You know, whoever came up with that idea, like fake horns, they need to be tortured.
I know, that's some horrible shit, man. It's so bad. It's so
like,
bad.
It's like Bruce Dickinson said, you don't need keyboards in heavy metal. Well, you don't need fake horns in rock and roll.
Yeah, you can always employ those. Always.
I know. You can find cheap musicians that'll play for like $2. You can find horn players that like, hey man, I'll buy you some lunch and maybe give you like a couple lines of blow if you just play on this album. Like, yes, I will do it.
You can get kids from a high school band to come play the parts.
Yeah.
I want to listen. I want to listen to Bon Jovi, not Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Come on.
Oh shit!
It's not
Busting
like
out a
the,
Blood, Sweat, and Tears reference.
it's not like the hour or something, you know.
The horns on there are very horrible. On
Yeah,
that
Tower of Power was too expensive for them to hire, so that's why they went with the cheap fucking horns.
Like KG wasn't fucking available.
I know, he was just starting out. Come on,
I know. Yeah, you could have gone for cheap.
Yeah.
What's next? A keyboard fiddle?
Oh God.
You didn't know any horn players while you were sweeping up the recording studios, John? Come on, you know somebody. Al, which way are you gonna go?
Social Disease, Dr. Bon Jovi, I Need an Enema.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, an enema. Like, what? That's not sexy.
Yeah, because I'm going with Nothing for Nothing, bro. I mean, come on. How can Social Disease even beat that song? I love Nothing for Nothing. That's a great. It's like Eric, man. It's like one of my favorite songs on the album. It's a great tune, man. And dude, I mean,
Enema.
I love Cinderella's album. I love Night Songs top to bottom, really. And to me, there's no bad song on this album,
I
to be
agree.
honest with you. And it's just this album just shitting all over Bon Jovi. It's like, I told you guys before that I don't rehearse for this stuff, and I kind of pick off the cuff. But going into it, I'm like, I know I'm gonna be fucking going. I didn't mean to say this because we got to get to the end of the show, but there might be a surprise though. There might be
There's a surprise with me. There's a surprise with me, but listening to this song is like getting an enema.
Yeah.
It is.
Dr. Bon
It
Jovi's gonna
hurts.
give it to you.
Oh God damn it! No.
Andy,
You can't start a fire without a spark, like you said. I'm also going to go Nothing for Nothing.
It's
That's one of my
poetry.
favorite tracks on this album. It's
What's that?
It's so rocking and gritty. I'm Nothing
Which
for
one?
Nothing.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, Nothing for Nothing. Social Disease is the worst song on that album. That's why I love this album, but it is the worst song.
It's pretty bad.
When wet. It's
Even with the chick moaning in the beginning.
No, that doesn't help it at all. Oh God! Oh, speaking of an enema by John Bon Jovi, my friend I had a friend who hated Bon Jovi, like really hated him. I'm like, dude, why do you hate him so much? Did he do something to piss you off? Like, because you really like despise him. He told me, like, he pulled me aside and told me, he's like, listen, man, I don't tell anyone this, but I had a dream when I was really young where John Bon Jovi raped me, and that's why I don't like him. I'm like, yeah, I'd probably hate him too.
Oh, wow. Every time he would come on TV, I would have PTSD about that. It's crazy.
Horrible dream.
On each song. Track 5, Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi versus Once Around the Ride by Cinderella. Eric.
Both these songs are great. And I'm actually going to give Bon Jovi a point here because I love Wanted Dead or Alive. And that's another one that's like overplayed, but I just never, there's some songs that are overplayed that I just never get burnt out on because they're just so good. And I love Wanted Dead or Alive, man. It's a badass song. I remember too being a little kid. I remember being a little kid. I went to see Scooby-Doo Part 2, Monsters Unleashed at the theater. There's this badass scene where Fred's on a motorcycle about to joust tonight, and they're playing that song. It's fucking cool as shit. I love Wanted Dead or Alive, man. It's a badass song. I can see why it's made fun of. I can understand it, but I don't give a shit. It's a well-written song, man, and makes me want to get on Harley Davidson and like joust with like knights and shit, while listening to it. It's a cool fucking song, man. I love it. I never get sick of it. I love it. And Richie Sambora's backing vocals are amazing. Richie Sambora's, like, when him and John both sing, it's amazing because Richie has a amazing. I think he's a better singer than John, honestly. Great voice on him.
I think Richie.
Travis, are you going to get off course
the first
here?
solo he had was really good, dude.
What's that?
First solo.
It's a good one.
Yeah, Stranger in the Town, man. I thought that was a good solo album, dude.
It's a good one. Yeah, I agree.
I gotta give that another listen because it's been a while since I've heard that album.
All right. Wait, am I next?
Yeah, you're next.
All right. I love both tracks, man. And I thought I would be the only one that would do this, but man, I am giving it to Wanted Dead or Alive. Best damn song on the album. Amazing track. I heard it in Wild Hogs, and that's how I got into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool movie. I like Wild Hogs.
Yeah.
Scribble throwing shit at Eric.
Yeah, there's a message from Scribble there.
Scribble.
Anyone defending Bon Jovi and
I got hide. You can't see the crack pipe right now. It's hidden. I strategically moved my camera up. I'm also drinking. I'm drinking a lot too.
All right. So, Travis, you did say Wanted Dead or Alive.
Yep.
Now, which way are we going to go? And just if y'all are taking tally, Cinderella won the last three songs 4-0.
Holy
So that's just
shit!
letting you know which way it's going. Al, now what are you gonna do here?
You know, Cinderella's "Once Around a Ride" is a fucking awesome song too, and I really love that song. And but "Wanted Dead or Alive," I'm gonna go with "Wanted," and this is listen, and not to compare them to Zeppelin, but you know how like people always say, oh, you know, this song is their Stairway or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah,
Yeah.
not comparing Bon Jovi to
of
Zeppelin,
course not.
but
We understand what you're talking about.
Wanted Dead or Alive is their Stairway to Heaven. I would say if you had to make a comparison, that's kind of their Stairway. It's kind of probably their biggest, you know, song. I mean, it might not be biggest chart wise, but as 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 maybe people would know or whatever. I mean, it's just I would think that's like their biggest song, dude. You know, like that they're known for.
Yeah, like
And
what
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's a song that rock fans really do gravitate towards by
Yeah,
them.
and I'm gonna give the nod to Bon Jovi on this one, and I'll give them the pity on this one. But it's a great song, dude. I mean, you can't deny a great song when it's a great song. And "Wanted Dead or Alive" is their Stairway, dude. In my opinion,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to them, man. So "Wanted Dead or
I'm
Alive," Bon Jovi.
I'm going with Wanted Dead or Alive. It's a clean sweep for Bon Jovi. Finally,
For once.
one time.
I have
So yeah,
might be the only
Bon Jovi
John Bon Jovi's getting annihilated here. He finally gets one.
he gets one finally. And the other three had no votes. The only time that anyone voted for Bon Jovi was "Let It Rock," and that was by me. But let's see
Yeah,
what
every
goes
single
on.
one's been like a sweep, pretty
Yeah,
much,
so
except that one.
let's flip this album. Let's go to side two. "Raise Your Hands" by Bon Jovi against "Hell on Wheels" by
Oh,
Cinderella.
raise your hands. Where's he raising his hand up my ass? Because that's how the song feels. Oh, terrible song. I'm going Hell on Wheels, man. Hell on Wheels fucking rules. Raise your hands. That's some God, that song shitty. Oh my God, it's terrible. Under the gun, out on the run, gonna spend. Oh, fucking
Now,
terrible.
yeah.
Oh,
Da,
it's
da,
so
da, da,
God
da, da,
damn.
da.
That song's so bad. That song's so bad, but Hell on Wheels fucking kicks ass. I'm going Hell on Wheels, baby.
All right.
Oh, what happened to Travis?
Travis, you still there?
Sorry,
Travis
guys.
at?
I'm sorry. I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay.
My lady sent me a text.
Okay.
All right. Fucking Travis. There you go, man.
After
What did I say?
being
Bon
single,
Jovi rules?
after being single for so long. But all right.
Share,
Uh,
hey, Travis.
let's.
Hold on. Share the note with the class. Remember how you used to share out notes back in the day in school?
You gotta share
No,
with
it's
the
like,
class, man.
Yeah.
She's a hot little Latina.
All right.
all right. Hey, Tina's
Oh,
my
yeah.
wife's name.
I'm trying to find
Oh,
a Japanese woman.
All right. Well, if it doesn't work out for me, can you help me out, Eric?
I'll help you out, man. I don't know how much luck I might have, but I'll help you out, bro.
So, "Hell on Wheels" is an awesome song. "Raise Your Hands" is cheesy as can be, and it wins.
Whoa!
wow,
Woo!
that's fine. Yeah. Hey, if you like it, you like it, dude. I actually think "Raise Your Hands" is a good song too, man. Actually.
Thank.
Whoa!
Hey,
What
Andy,
happened?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I got to do
Yeah,
something
sure.
real quick.
Yeah, sure, of course. Al, which way are you gonna go? Are you gonna give it to "Raise Your Hands" or "Hell on Wheels"?
What do you think,
Al,
Cinderella,
all right.
baby.
"Hell on Wheels."
dude? "Hell on Wheels" is a friggin' ridiculous song. It's really good,
Yeah.
dude. I love the guitars in that. I love his singing. Um, but "Raise Your Hands" it's not. "Raise Your Hands" is not a bad song, dude. I like the song on this album. It's a good
Yeah.
song. You know, ain't beating Hell on Wheels though. I'm sorry, just fucking
And
Hell on Wheels. Hell on Wheels just kicks its ass, man. You know,
yeah,
that's all I gotta say on that thing.
Yeah, I'm a
Hey,
big.
I want to. I want to go back to Nothing for Nothing, and
Yeah.
I actually wanted to say something about Nothing for Nothing. Have you ever heard that song Dio Straight Through the Heart? Compare
Yeah.
those two songs, man. They sound very similar. You know, doing
Oh
AB
shit, you're right.
with Nothing for Nothing and Dio Straight Through the Heart, and tell me they're not similar, dude.
Yeah.
And
But
get back to me on that one.
dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm
Interesting.
telling
Good
you,
point.
dude.
All right.
I'm telling you. Anyway, back to Hell on Wheels.
Hell on
Back to
Wheels is a hell of a song, but it ain't better than Raise Your Hands.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa.
I always like songs that name cities. You name a city, I love that song.
Whoa.
Actually, Andy, I will say this about Raise Your Hands. At the very end of the song, he goes Sayreville, New Jersey, which is only like 3 towns over from me. So I gotta give it up to Bon Jovi on that one, man. But it still ain't beating Hell on Wheels though.
Yeah. So every time I hear a song that calls the name of a city, I always waited for my hometown Corpus Christi. Never heard
Nice.
it until
Wasp. Blind in
Wasp,
Texas.
Blind in Texas. I said, no freaking way. So I went to the lyrics and Corpus Christi's on there. Wasp,
Right.
Blind in Texas.
Corpus Christi in Waco.
Yeah.
What's that Cheap Trick song that they're name checking cities? It's on Dream Police. I forgot what that song is. Is it?
Oh,
Dream Police.
no, fuck, dude, I should know this too, dude. And you know what's funny? You just brought up Cheap Trick, and I'm bummed out because they're playing a couple towns over from me tonight, and I fucking didn't even know about it, and I wish I did, and I would have wanted to go see them because they're one of my favorite bands, and I don't understand how I didn't realize that they were playing.
Wow.
They're playing in Atlantic City in the weekend, but Atlantic City is far from me. It's like a 2-hour drive. But where they're playing tonight, it's only about like 20, 25 minutes from me, and it sucks. And somebody posted it like they were at the
I
Cheap
adore
Trick
Cheap
concert,
Trick.
and I'm like, fuck, dude, how did I not know about this? Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail. But
It's all
I
right.
don't know.
I adore them.
I love Cheap Trick.
Thanks to the
that
good
was
doctor. Thanks to the good doctor for turning me on to them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
they're a
dude,
good band.
dude, you know, I love Ralph, dude, and me and him share a
Me
love
too.
for Cheap Trick, and you know, I love Cheap Trick is one of besides Rush, I think Cheap Trick is the band I've seen most live in concert. I mean, I know Ralph has seen them over 100 times. I haven't seen them that much, but it's been over 50 times for me that I've seen them.
Wow.
You know, and I saw Rush about 50 times, so you know that's the most times I've seen the band ever.
Wow.
You know, so anyway, I'm kind of bummed I didn't go see Cheap Trick tonight, but dude, they're road dogs, man. They're always touring anyway, so I'll see them next
Oh
time.
yeah. Always.
But I wonder what song that was that they do city checks.
I'm trying to think of what the Dream Police song. What song
Yeah.
it is?
Off the
didn't
Dream
check
Police
City
album,
Tracks?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll have to look at the album.
I gotta listen to that album now.
So that was
Great album, man.
Yeah.
My favorite Cheap Trick album.
So that was a tie on that song, on those two songs, "Raise Your Hands"
Wow,
and "Hell on
All right,
Wheels."
hi.
Awesome. Next track, "Without Love" by Bon Jovi versus "Somebody Save Me" by Cinderella. So which way are you going to go on this one, Eric?
Gotta go with Somebody Save Me. That song fucking rules. It's heavy. It's badass. And Without Love, I'd rather live without that song. It's so bad. That's some cheese. That shit's Without Love. Richard Marx heard that song and he's like, "Who are these pussies?" So bad. It's some cheesy shit, man. I rather listen to Hold On to. It's some prom music bullshit. Oh, it's so bad. It's bad, man.
Funny, dude.
And then somebody say, "Come on, that's not a fair contest." That's like eating a bagel in front of an anorexic, man. It's not fair. It's not fair, man.
It's like, you want this pizza or do you want this pile of shit? Which one do you want? Pizza or a pile of shit?
It's like trying to do math It's like trying to do math problems like with a dyslexic person. Of course, you're gonna beat him. Like, come on, it's not fair.
Travis, which way are you gonna go? Without Love or Somebody Save Me?
Well, after you raised your hands, I was like, all right, Bon Jovi's starting to pick up a little bit. And then the ballad comes in. And then I'm like, oh, here comes the stereotypical ballad. How nice. Brian Adams is looking at that and saying, I can do better than this.
Travis is like, all right, raise your hands. It's like, oh, I'm just putting them back down.
Without Love.
Somebody save me. Somebody save me. It's awesome. Somebody Save Me wins. And the Beavis and Butthead commentary of that video is awesome, too.
Yeah.
Somebody Save Me.
It's funny that you bring up Beavis and Butthead. My daughter, she just turned 15, but she's really getting into like Beavis and Butthead. And I couldn't love her more for that. And she's coming to me like every day. She's coming to me like every day with like different episodes. She's like, "Did you see this one?" I'm like, sweetheart, I saw these live back in the day, like when it was
100 times each one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't feel like a lot of weed when I fucking watched them, but anyway.
Oh, yeah. Good time. Those were the good old days.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Somebody saved me from me, dude. You know.
Somebody saved me from this Bon Jovi album. Oh my god.
I'd rather hear Firehouse.
I'd rather listen to Firehouse than Slippery When Wet.
Really? No, come on.
I was conceived to Don't Treat Me Bad by Firehouse. That's why I'm so fucked up. That's why I need therapy.
Dude,
oh god.
So yeah, somebody save me, man. Something great. And ironically, John Bon Jovi and Rich Sambora have a cameo in that video.
They do.
Yeah.
You know? And remember at the end, like when the girls run past Cinderella and they run to Bon Jovi?
Yeah, I always thought that was funny.
I was like, that's fucking hilarious, dude. But being as it may, Somebody Save Me still fucking kicks its ass.
Yes, it does.
That's my pick.
I'm a big fan of the ballads. I'm a big ballad guy. I like well-written ballads and well-performed ballads, but this is not one of them. This is pretty cheap now.
Yeah.
but Somebody Saved Me easily for me. I didn't even have to think about this one. Somebody Saved Me. I've always liked that song since the first time I heard it.
Great guitar riff on that, man. This is a great tune, dude.
It rocks.
The performance on that song from Kiefer is fantastic. His performance on the vocalization.
Dude, his lyrics are pretty damn good, dude. He's underrated as a lyricist, man. You know.
Yeah, he really did very, very well. On the next track, Bon Jovi keeps on with another ballad, "I Die for You," against Night Songs is "In From the Outside." Eric, which way are you gonna go?
So "In From the Outside" is a good song. And I was fully ready to shit on "I Die For You" because I was like, I don't really remember this because I don't really listen to Slippery When Wet except for like the hits, or the hits I like. I listened to this whole album and I listened to "I Die For You," and man, all these memories came flooding back. I was sophomore year, man, summer, like the last couple of weeks of school, like, and I was a bad kid, man. I'd be like, there's this hot girl in my art class, Caitlin Lishka. I was listening to a lot of hair metal at the time. There's always a hot chick involved in these stories. Hot chick in my art class. I'm like trying to work up the courage to ask her out. At the time, I was being a bad kid, man. I was, she ended up turning me down because she was like a goody two shoes, rich girl. And like I was a scumbag in high school. I had the leather jacket, tore jeans, long hair, smoking weed and freaking drinking. But I just remember, like, man, I'd come home from school. I wouldn't do my homework. I'd be drinking beers, like, when my parents were away. And my mom had a jukebox, and she had Slippery When Wet in there. I'd always play "I Die For You," and just drinking beers and, like, going out back to the porch, smoking some weed, making sure my neighbors didn't see. And it just brought back great memories, man. I'll admit, man, it's a good song. I'm not going to bullshit. you can give me all the shit you want. "I Die For You" is a catchy fucking song, man. And it just brings back great memories of being a young punk ass kid, you know.
So you partied until I die for you, in other words.
Sadly, yeah. I was in love with this chick, man. And I was listening to this song and like just drinking and whatnot and just being young and having fun, man.
Yeah.
Being a bad kid. Walking to the playground by his elementary school to see some sketchy guy to buy weed. It was fun times, man. But yeah, so it brought back good memories, and it's a good song. It's like not even just nostalgia. It's a great song. I think I Die For You is amazing. So there we go. Bon Jovi got one.
I got a message to Scribble. Eric did it all for the Nookie.
Yeah, Scribble, what do you think of that one? If you're still listening, what do you think of that? I Died For You one.
I got a story. I got a story about Limp Bizkit. It's really short though.
No,
Go for it.
I was in an Uber, and I'm like, "You like metal?" And the driver's like, "Yeah, I like metal." So he puts on "Did It for the Nookie," and I'm like,
oh.
And I said, "I got a song you should listen to," and I said, "Play Sinner by Judas Priest," and he did, and he really enjoyed it. So
Right on.
I'm like, I ain't listening to that. I'm listening to Priest, baby.
Yo, I did it for the Nookie.
Yeah,
Travis laying down the gauntlet, bro. Fucking yeah, dude. Laying down the real metal there.
Yeah, I saw Limp Bizkit one time and I left in the middle of the set. I just couldn't take it.
My mom bought a Limp Bizkit CD when she was going through the divorce with my dad, and I just remember her listening to Chocolate Starfish nonstop in the car. I'm like, God damn, this shit sucks. I'm like, it's terrible.
Starfish?
That Chocolate Starfish fucking album. I'm like, this shit sucks.
I'm gonna confess some sins right now, bro. I've seen Limp Bizkit 3 times. I saw them first on Access 98, and they were when the first album was out, and I remember they had already hit it big with the Faith cover, the George Michael cover, or whatever.
Oh god!
And their whole like stage set was like a toilet. They came out of a toilet, which is funny,
that's a perfect analogy for Limp Bizkit, because listening to Limp Bizkit is like when you take a massive shit at like your girlfriend's house or something, and you flush the toilet, and all of a sudden that shit starts rising up because it clogs, it spills everywhere, and you're desperately trying to get a plunger or some shit, and she's like banging on the door like, what's taking so long?
There's water all over the place and shit.
It's a hell of a lot better than Crazy Town.
Yeah.
I like Butterfly. I'm not afraid to admit I like the Butterfly song. I don't know why. It's a shitty song, but I just love it.
Get Eric the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm gonna go see you guys.
That's okay. I like Raise Your Hand, so it's all good.
But
All right,
when I saw Limp Bizkit, it was them and Godsmack, Kid Rock, and DMX.
Wow, what a fucking lineup.
DMX. So we had gone because my cousin and I were going to go see Godsmack like whenever we could during that time, and Limp Bizkit was closing the show. We're like, dude,
let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's beat the
traffic. I get it.
Yeah. Travis, which way are you going to go on this one? I Died For You or In From the Outside?
Well, here's the thing. From the inside, that's what it's called, right? From
the outside.
Yeah.
It's
a confusing title.
In From the Outside. I'm sorry. I think it's a pretty meh track. I Die For You. I shouldn't like that song, but I do. And the good news is that's my pick. The bad news is that's when the album ends for me.
I agree. Spoiler alert. I agree.
Al, which way are you going to go? I Die For You or In From the Outside?
Well, listening to I Die For You, to me it's almost kind of like they were kind of revisiting Runaway, kind of remaking that with the way it starts out with the keyboard and stuff. It kind of reminded me of Runaway, Bon Jovi's first hit. And
never liked that song.
And I remember Runaway being from New Jersey. There was a there was a station. There was a New York station. It was a short-lived station. It was a rock station called WAPP. It was W Apple, which is like the Big Apple, New York City. And I know fucking Eric loves New York City. Anyway,
Fucking hate New York.
they played an early version of Runaway on there. I remember they were part of their homegrown like talent like kind of search thing, and it was an early version of Runaway that got played on there. And I remember being a little kid. This was like '82, and I remember hearing that, man. I was only like 10 years. So anyway, like that opening keyboard, and a lot of people don't even realize that like the Bon Jovi band, that Richie Sambora, all them guys, they didn't even play on that Runaway song. He had a different band on that track, a completely different band. So,
And you could tell.
yeah. So it's not even like Richie doesn't play on it, Joe doesn't play on it, nobody. It's only John is the original. I think David Bryan might be the keyboard player on that. I think. I'm not positive. But anyway, so this song, I Die For You, kind of gives me that same vibe. However, in From the Outside, I don't know, man. It's got this groove and swagger to it. I always love that song. You guys might not like it. I don't know. I like it, so I'm going with that one. You know, I never really liked I Die For You, so I got to go with Cinderella on this one.
You're going to lose out on this one, Al, because I'm going to go with I Die For You. That's a fantastic song. I love that song.
I'm the wrong guy on this one, huh?
Yeah. So,
I die for you.
I do anything, I'd lie for you. You know it's true. All right. The next track, track 9, Never Say Goodbye against Push Push. Eric.
Never Say Goodbye, man. Nah, fan. It's real cheesy, trying to be Bryan Adams. Only Bryan Adams can be Bryan Adams. And Push Push is a great song. One thing I don't understand, though, like Push Push, that's, I don't know, that just doesn't sound very sexy to me. It makes me think of a woman giving birth in a hospital. I don't know, there's something sexy about that. You know, it's like every time I hear Push, like even Robert Plant would say that, and the song Remains the Same DVD. It's like, that's not sexy. That makes me think of women giving birth. Like, that's not sexy. But it's a great song, though. I do love Push Push by Cinderella. Great fucking song, sexy, sleazy song. Great song about women giving birth, I guess. You know, everyone's got their thing.
Travis, Never Say Goodbye or Push Push?
I'm definitely going with Push Push. That is a great song. Never Say Goodbye. Oh, man, Shevitz. Never Say Goodbye makes Without Love look like Seasons of Wither. It's
Whoa.
Because Seasons of Wither is the greatest ballad ever. And
Great fucking ballad.
Never Say Goodbye can just go eat a dick. I hate that song. Excuse my French.
No, it's okay. Any kind of French is allowed here, so don't worry about it.
On se va.
Yeah.
Au revoir, on se fond. That's not even French. I'm just saying a bunch of shit that sounds French. That's not even real French.
Yeah,
No joke. I actually did that one day at work. Like one of my coworkers, like they got like an instruction manual, and it was like in English and then French. And I was just started saying all this French shit, like just making up words that sounded French. And they're like, "Oh, nice, you speak French." So I'm like, "No, like I literally just spoke a bunch of bullshit, and you just believed it."
Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas. Je ne comprends pas, Eric. That means that's French for I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. You don't know what I'm saying because I'm speaking a bunch of gibberish bullshit.
Escargot.
Escargot.
I was going to start typing down y'all's subtitles here so that everyone knows what y'all are saying.
All right.
Al, Never Say Goodbye or Push Push?
Push Push. Yeah, Push Push, dude. I mean, Never Say Goodbye actually reminds me of like fucking, I don't know, man, like my prom. I think I remember hearing that. And,
yeah, remember the line?
Some prom bullshit.
I remember you and me at the prom that night.
Yeah,
we had a fight.
And that's why they played
their favorite song.
Yeah. And then I couldn't have fucking stuck my fingers on my throat fast quick enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
I
exactly
just
what you
spewed
mean.
out a bunch of fucking what I ate the fucking hour before. Anyway, no, push, dude. That's gotta be my pick. That's a great tune. I
Yeah.
love that song. Even though
Cinderella, right?
Eric is like, yeah, push. I mean, maybe he's pushing his nuts into her, whatever.
No. Say Cinderella,
Push,
writing
push, bro.
songs about women giving birth. They do something different.
I think Tom Keeper had a
Oh,
different thing in mind, but anyway.
yeah. I think that was like the act of sex is what I've always thought it was.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Push. It's just, I don't know. I think of women giving birth because of sitcoms. That's like, I don't know. I just always think of that. So it weirds me out.
That's why Tom Keeper's a rock star and we're not.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're just talking about rock stars, right?
Yeah,
I am going to go with "Never Say Goodbye." I love
Whoa!
that song. One of my favorite
Damn.
songs. I think it's a great story. I love the lyrics.
You know,
So I am
I
going
gotta
to "Never
say,
Say Goodbye."
I gotta say, Andy is a sentimental son of a bitch. You know that? You know what I mean?
Andy, did you have a very sentimental moment to this song?
No, but I really thought that this was going to go the other way, but I guess not.
Really?
No, I love. Hey, I love Andy. I love his sentimentality.
I love Andy. Yeah.
I love you, Andy.
Thanks, guys. But I really like the writing in this song. I think it's a pretty cool song, and I think it's well written. But it is kind of cheesy, but I like it.
You lost more than that in my back seat.
Jeez, baby. Jesus. What was that? Was like in the 5th grade. I don't understand. Oh, he gave her the old push.
Andy admitted it earlier on Facebook that he loves the cheesy ballads. So, hey, listen, man, it's all good, dude. You know, I know. Andy has monster ballads somewhere in his collection.
I do. I really
He's got
do.
the whole collection.
I really do.
Volume 1 through 50.
He's got on standby. He has like people have fire hydrants. He has like a break glass if you need monster ballads.
It always starts off with
when the children cry.
No, that's what I do not like, golly.
Oh my God, I hate that song.
I love that song. I love it.
Never fucking
I
ending,
actually
man. This was
like when the children cry too. I'm with Travis on this one.
High enough, my damn Yankees.
I love it. I love it.
Listen,
I do like High Enough.
Hey, we gotta do a ballad show. We gotta do a ballad show one day, dude.
Yes,
oh
we
my
do.
God. You know which ballad I heard? We just opened our pool at the apartment complex.
Yeah.
And so I went to, use the pool, and I went in the pool for a little bit, and I came out and I was like tanning outside in the sun, listening to music.
You urinated in it, right?
What?
You urinated in it?
We can't talk about that.
This pool has too much chlorine.
I hate getting chlorine in my dick because that burns when I pee. But no, I'm listening to music and I put my phone on shuffle, and Love Song by Tesla. I forgot that's a good fucking ballad. Holy shit, that was so good.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
my
it
God.
is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's good ballads in this ballad.
So is it really truly a ballad because it picks up towards?
Yeah, it's called Love Song. It's called Love Song.
You
It's
can't
a fucking ballad.
That's their
By default, it's a ballad.
Okay.
That's their
Yeah,
stairway to heaven.
but we should do some kind of rock ballad show.
Love will find a way.
I like Road to Nowhere by Ozzy.
I love that song.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a great track. Yeah, but it's got to be like some kind of rock ballad. We can't be putting, Celine Dion or anything like that.
I'm down. I'm down for that.
Monster Ballads only for 3 payments of $9.99. And wait, if you call now, you get a bonus disc with more shitty ballads. By names you don't even know. With Saigon Kick.
No.
I
love Love Is on the Way by Saigon Kick. I love that
Saigon
song.
Kick's a great band.
That reminds me of my Chinese ex-girlfriend who I fucking love and miss. God damn it.
What was that song by Sheriff? Remember Sheriff?
Oh,
Oh, I
God.
don't know.
I know Sheriff, but holy shit.
But
Yeah,
but what was the name of that song? I forgot what
I
it
can't
was.
remember the music.
I don't know. I erased
That's
it from my memory.
That's how great of a song it is. I don't remember
I
it.
know. I don't remember. Okay, guys. Last track. "Wild in the Streets" by Bon Jovi versus "Back Home Again" by Cinderella. Eric, go.
Wild in the streets. Wild in the streets where? Like near Chuck E. Cheese? Holy shit, that song sucks. I'm going Back Home Again, man. I fucking love Back Home Again. Third favorite track on the album. That song fucking rules. What's that? Wild in the streets. Ooh, we getting wild in the streets. Like, what did you like get? What did you drink too much soda and now you're all caffeinated up? Get some Twinkies. Go to Dairy Queen. Oh, me and the boys are out in the streets going to Dairy Queen, walking the boardwalk.
Well, actually, that's not the way the song goes.
Yeah. I'm thinking of that shitty that music video in Out of Love where they're on the boardwalk getting cotton candy and shit.
That's actually
In
In and Out Love.
In and Out.
You know,
Yeah,
that's actually a good song though. That's a good song.
Oh no.
That's on the seaside. That's on the Seaside Heights, New Jersey boardwalk, where I spent a lot of my youth. And I remember going to that boardwalk, and I would go to. Because back then they used to have the stands where you can actually win albums and shit like that, and they used to win like a lot of like albums, CDs, tapes, shit like that.
And you and your friend.
I didn't win the Bon Jovi one though. No, I didn't pick that one.
Well, you and your friends would go out in the streets. You'd run the John Bon Jovi's crew, and you'd kick their ass. Like, yeah, we're getting wild in the streets. Oh shit, there's Al Horta. He's gonna kick our ass.
I probably ran into them. I didn't even know who the fuck they were, man. You know, when I was a kid.
Hey guys, do y'all remember in the carnival? You would win like those little, like 10 by 10 mirrors of like an album covers on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I used to have so many of those, and of course, just tossed them all away. But man,
I got a
those things
Boston.
were awesome.
I got like a Boston one, and I got like a Kansas one. I still have them too, actually.
Oh really?
Those
were awesome.
I remember I think it was second or third grade, I went to Santa's Village in Illinois because that's when I was living in Illinois. And I won I think it was like Sarah Michelle Gellar or Charisma Carpenter poster, like a scantily clad one too. That was awesome.
Yeah. I used to love to go to the carnival and win shit like that. It was really cool. Travis, which way are you going to go? Are you going to go with Wild in the Streets or Back Home Again?
You're getting wild in the streets?
Well, I got something to say about Wild in the Streets, all right. I'm going to go with Coming Home Again because Wild in the Streets. Dude, the street giveth and the street taketh away from Kiss is better than that song.
Woo!
Give me Back Home Again. That song rules.
Hot in the Shades is getting some love tonight.
That album sucks, but at least it's better than Down the
Well, anyway, let me go. This is my pick.
See,
that's all I gotta say. This is my pick right here.
Yeah, Cinderella's going back home again with some chicks and some alcohol and cocaine. Bon Jovi's getting wild in the streets, like, oh, drinking some Mountain Dew, and ooh, we got a funnel cake, like, yeah. And
they're having parts of the Japanese.
We're gonna look at girls, but they're not gonna come home with us. But we can look.
They're having fun. They're having fun. The Bon Jovi boys are having fun until the Japanese Triad gang comes along.
Oh yeah.
Well, in the song, the girl does sneak out of the house with the band to go wild in the streets, but Daddy don't know. Daddy don't know. So I'm just gonna skip my pick. It's okay. But I love Wild in the Streets. It reminds me of them trying. It's like a third-rate Bruce Springsteen song to me. Which
Are you going Wild in the Streets?
I said a third-rate. I didn't say it was first-rate. A third-rate Bruce song.
Yeah, Bon Jovi was really going for that Bruce Springsteen sound. They really wanted to be like Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah,
But
they were.
now he really wants to be like Bruce.
Oh my God, yeah, he really wants to be like the boss.
Listen, you were talking early in the beginning of the show about like Bon Jovi.
It's like Poison
Um,
meets
af-
Bruce Springsteen.
After New Jersey, like they kind of
Start chasing
changed trends.
trends. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they went like more adult contemporary, but
Oh yeah.
in a way that kind of saved their career anyway
Oh,
because
it
they
did.
survived.
Yeah.
Because if they would have stayed in the past, and as much as we would have loved to seen them stay the hard rock, because New Jersey is a good album too. It's got some
Yeah.
good tunes on it.
Let's be honest. It saved their career.
Saved
It
their
really
career.
did.
They survived the '90s, the grunge thing, and they just
Yeah.
kind of went for a soccer mom, kind of,
Yeah.
thing. But it's shit. I mean, when they
And
play
they're
in New
still.
Jersey, they still sell out a stadium here.
Yeah. They
So
still. Oh yeah. They still sell at stadiums, man. I mean, they made the right move for
they want
themselves
their band.
because
Yeah,
they're bringing in bank.
They transcended the whole alternative era. I
Yeah.
will say this. Like I will say this. Admittedly, I do like that album by them these days, which came out in like '95. It's more mature, but it is. I don't know I don't know if Andy ever heard it or not. Admittedly, you said you don't really listen to anything out from New Jersey, but
Right.
give that album a try. It's actually a pretty good album, man.
But
But
I do
after that,
know
man,
the singles that came out, and that was a single that came out, and it was okay. It was no Wild in the
if
Streets,
you
of course.
expect, yeah, if you're expecting New Jersey or something like that, you're not
Right.
going to get it. But I don't know. I kind of, they went that direction. To me in the '90s, I really kind of lost touch with Bon Jovi anyway. I didn't really listen to them, but
Yeah.
I kind of revisited that album. I'm like, it's not a bad album, man. It's actually pretty good. So, whatever,
Which
man.
album was
But
that? Is that red one with a smiling face? Is that the one?
no,
Just have a nice day.
these days with '95, it's a picture of just the four of them on the cover.
It's the four of
By
them.
that
Yeah.
time, yeah, by that time, Alex John Such was out of the band, so it was just kind of the four of them. They
Okay.
didn't have like five of them on there anymore. So, yeah, it's not a bad album. It's kind of mature. It's pretty mature and it's pretty. There's some good tunes on there. So
I'm gonna check that out because I do like Bon Jovi, and I checked out. There's nothing wrong with revisiting with what's going on. But the winner tonight,
oh my God,
Cinderella.
by a landslide.
Cinderella, baby.
Songs. They won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Huzzah.
Damn. Look at Annihilation right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big Annihilation. And the bigger album was
obviously, yeah.
shows you that Alka's album sales does not make it the better album.
Yeah.
But I too, even me personally, Night Songs did win for me too personally. Just that Bon Jovi snuck in a few in there for me, more than you guys.
Here's a little tidbit on Night Songs, and Fred Curry didn't even play on the album.
Yeah, that's true.
Really?
Oh, and you know what else? Speaking of like '80s hair metal,
he only played on one. He only actually the 4 studio albums of Cinderella. He only actually played on one studio album.
Yeah,
and that was Still Climbing. No, Heartbreak Station.
You know who else? Warrant. What's Eric Turner and I forget what the other guitarist's name is, but the two guitarists for Warrant, they didn't play on Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinking Rich or Cherry Pie. They did not play on those albums at all. It was someone else.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But Fred Curry did not play on that Night Songs. Jody Cortez played on there.
Yes.
Was the guy Cortez, so which is funny. It's a guy named Jody. But anyway. But it's funny, man, because and on Long Cold Winter, it was Cozy Powell played on that album. Cozy Powell.
Really? I didn't even know that shit.
Cozy Powell and Denny Carmassi from
wow. That's cool.
Wow, Cozy Powell.
Cozy Powell, man, fucking
I mean,
rules.
Devin's played with everybody. Come on, now
Yeah, look this shit
Wow, I
up.
never thought that.
Yeah, and
And-
the only album that Fred Curry played on was Heartbreak Station, I believe.
Holy
He played on
shit!
that one, and he didn't play on Still Climbing. He only played on the one song Hot and Bothered from that album. That was it. There was somebody
Wow,
else
that's
that played.
crazy.
Um,
Because he's
it was
always been advertised as the drummer.
You know, a little story real quick is when I actually asked that question when Tom Keefer was on Eddie Trunk's show, and I called into Eddie Trunk and I asked him that question. I'm like, how come Fred Curry didn't play on like a lot of the studio albums? And it was like a producer's call. Like the producer of this album was Andy Johns. But this album Fred Curry didn't come into the picture after the album was laid down. So this kind of is out. Like he didn't come
Yeah.
into the band until the drum tracks were laid. But on Long Cold Winter, I asked him about that, and he's like, and I think the producer on that one too was Andy Johns as well, who produced or was the engineer on some Zeppelin albums and stuff like that. He said that he felt that Fred Curry didn't have the right feel. Like there's certain drummers that work better in the studio, and certain drummers can do it live. And he felt like Fred Curry was a better live drummer, and but he couldn't cut it in the studio for some reason.
Damn.
He didn't have the right feel, so they brought in the session drum. They brought in Cozy fucking Powell, dude. I mean, that guy's like amazing.
I just looked it up too. He plays on every song except Second Wind. It's some other session drummer, but so
Well,
don't know
Benny
what you got. That's Cozy Powell, and don't know what you got till it's gone. Oh,
Wow.
Well, the other drummer is Danny Carmassi, which is a great drummer as well. He was in Montrose, he was in Heart, he was in a lot of great Page and Plant. He was in a lot of great bands.
Wow.
Coverdale Page.
Coverdale Page. I'm sorry, Coverdale Page. Yes, so yeah, great drummer as well. But anyway, like back to that. I mean, it's funny that Fred Curry didn't play a lot on Cinderella albums. So
interesting.
Wow,
it's weird, like how you have. It's weird how you have these ghost players that you never really know about.
Well, that's like when I found out that Joe Perry and Brad Whitford didn't play on Train Kept a Roll, and that was a huge. Even my friend Nick Mills, who's like the biggest Aerosmith fan, he didn't know that, and I told him about it, and he was shocked.
Yeah.
Same old song and dance too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wow, really? I had no idea. I just thought the same old, the band played all together, and wow.
It's like being a Kiss. It's like being a Kiss fan. Like every fucking song, it's like, oh, this guy doesn't play bass. This guy doesn't play guitar. It's like that's why I have trust issues, is because of being a Kiss fan. Everything's a fucking lie.
And Paul McCartney playing on Dear Prudence on the drums.
Oh yeah.
But that's a great show, guys. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
For doing this with us. What do you have coming out, Eric, on your podcast with Edwin?
Well, right now, currently we have the Journey episode. It's both Journey and Caddyshack review, and there's certain someone on that episode. It's this guy right here, Al Horta. He's on that episode. And it's a great fucking episode. We had a great time with him.
I had a lot of fun with that episode, man.
Dude, that was a good episode. So I definitely check that one out. And next weekend we have an episode that we recorded about a week ago with Ralph Vieira, and we're going to be reviewing a Rainbow album. I won't say which Rainbow album it is, but Rainbow album review with Ralph Vieira, and that was a good episode. So stay tuned for that one.
Yeah. And Travis, you wanted to share the album of the week, so please go ahead. What's your album of the week?
Well, I want to share a great band that was never a hair metal band, but when they jumped on the hair metal train, they were the best out of the bunch. White Snake, Slight
Good album.
All killer, no filler. It rules. John Sykes, and I love the UK version too.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you. It's got to be the US version, but the UK version's good. But Sykes just brings a whole other different flavor to that, man.
I love Sykes. Very underrated guitar player, man.
I love Sykes too,
And
man.
everyone keeps talking about like, oh, Vito Bratta, where's Vito Bratta? Like he needs to come. Like no,
Where's
John
John
Sykes
Sykes?
needs to come back. That man was awesome.
And Travis,
I'm lucky. I'm
Yeah.
lucky I got to see Sykes
All right,
live.
nice.
yeah. Who's the drummer on this album, guys?
Cozy
Cozy
Powell.
Powell.
Cozy Powell. Cozy Powell.
Cozy fucking
Cozy
Powell,
Powell's
man. That
all
guy's a
over.
fucking
He's all
beast.
over the place.
Who's on keyboards?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
John
Great
Lord.
John Lord.
I'll give a hint. The Rainbow album we review has Cozy Powell on drums. So it narrows it down to
Ooh.
3 albums it could be.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
I
but
hope
yeah,
it is.
And real quick, man, I got to see John Sykes live at least one time, so I'm glad.
Oh,
I
you
did.
got to see him live? Oh, fuck.
Well, when he
Love
was
John Sykes.
fronting, when he was doing his version of Thin Lizzy, when he was fronting
And
Thin Lizzy
Oh, no
That
way.
that was really good.
in the mid 2000s, yeah, him and Scott Gorham, and it was Michael Lee on the drums that played with Page and Plant, he passed away, and I think it was bass was God, man, he's been with so many bands. I can't think of his name right now. Anyway, yeah, and it was great, man. I mean, I never saw Thin Lizzy, obviously, with Phil Lynott, but he did the band justice. He sang the songs, and he was great, man. I mean, John Sykes was awesome. So I'm glad I got to see him at least live once. So come back, John. We missed
Yeah,
you.
John, come back, goddammit.
And I got
So,
I got
Travis,
some.
what are some of your standout tracks on this album?
Oh man, like there's not a dud on here, but I love Gambler and I love Spit It Out. I love the title track, and I could just throw a dart and it would land on a masterpiece.
Yeah,
So
Great.
it rules. And, if you guys are Gary Moore fans, I hope you guys are.
Dude.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a Gary Moore tribute album that Bob Daisley came up with, and John Sykes did the guitar playing on "Still Got the Blues."
Oh, cool. Dude.
All right.
He came out of the
Heard that.
woodwork and he did that.
Yeah, and I was
Did it-
listening to this
how long
one
ago did that come
yesterday by White Snake.
That fucking album has one of my favorite Whitesnake songs on it. Nighthawk, Vampire Blues. I fucking love that song.
And they also do a cover of Day Tripper by the Beatles on here as
Yes,
And-
really good cover.
well. And what I was telling Travis was that this album's just okay. Whitesnake is one of those bands that got better as they progressed on and on. This one kind of sounds like they were kind of lost between Deep Purple and trying something new, but not wanting to get
Trying to find-
out
they were
of
still
the
Trying to find her sound.
Shadow,
It's a
exactly.
Transition album.
Yeah. Also have this one. This one's a really good live album too.
Oh yeah, it's a good live album.
My dad used to have that
This
album.
live album kicks ass, dude. It is so damn good.
Is it me or is David Coverdale just like the coolest rock star ever?
Dude, he's so damn cool.
Pretty badass,
I
yeah.
met him once too.
I know, darling. I
met
love
him-
his
I met him-
voice.
I met him once. He did a
Yeah.
signing in New Jersey, which was really cool, man. Yeah, he was
Oh,
a really nice guy.
darling.
Really lovely.
He's got a
guy.
cool fucking voice.
Yeah, he does. I was hoping to see him because I've never seen Whitesnake, and I know that they were going to tour with Scorpions, but Whitesnake had to stop because of David Coverdale's illnesses. Oh, what do you got going on?
Nothing, man. Just be cool. Be podcast out the Facebook page. I just I've been dealing with a lot of like personal stuff though, so I haven't posted much on there. But I will say this: Janet Jackson's people got in touch with me and told me to take down her video off of my YouTube channel. So I had to do that or face some consequences. But I take that as a compliment because I guess my YouTube channel is reaching a lot of people. So for them
Yeah,
to
well, you got like
contact,
2,000 followers on there, don't you?
I'm almost at 2,200 now. So
Wow.
yeah. But for her people to reach out to me, like say, you have 7 days to take down the video or you get a copyright strike against your channel.
Holy shit.
Hey, well, whatever, man. Fuck it. I'll take it down. Thanks for the compliment, though. You know what I mean? So that was funny, man. But anyway, like, yeah, you can go on my YouTube channel and find the concerts and stuff on there. I started a new series where I'm reviewing CDs in my car as I drive to
I
work.
saw that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing more of that. It's kind of cool. I have like a 40-minute drive to work, so it's like a perfect time to just review a CD while I'm
Yeah.
driving. So, and if I crash,
love
okay, it'll be a bonus.
Yeah, I saw.
But anyway.
I saw the singles one.
Yeah,
Of the soundtrack of the
love
singles.
that. I love that. I love that soundtrack. So I had to do that one. I had it in my
Yeah, that's a
car.
great
So
soundtrack.
yeah. Anyway, that's
And
me. Anyway,
you need to hear the soundtrack because, like on Apple, because I stream on Apple, they don't have the whole album on there because there's some songs that are not allowed to be used on there. But next week on our podcast, we're going back to our segment called called Guest Pick, and Guest Pick is a show where I pick a guest and they pick the album that they want to do. Next week is going to be Edwin Canastrossi, and he picked this album that he wants to talk about: Willie Nelson's Faces and Stages. So we will be reviewing this one next week. I've already heard it a couple of times. Of course, I'm very familiar with Willie Nelson. I'm a big Willie Nelson fan. You know, living in Texas, if you don't like Willie or listen to Willie, they kind of throw you out, and you got to go live in Louisiana or Oklahoma or Arkansas or New Mexico. So I
fortunately,
I got to stay here. So
fortunately, I live in New Jersey, so if you don't listen to Bon Jovi, they won't throw you out. Still,
so we'll be reviewing this one next week here on the Black Spinner Circle. So I'm excited about that because we haven't done any country at all. But then again, Willie's not really country. He's Willie Nelson, man. He's his own entity.
He's fucking 90, man, and he's still doing it.
He's 90, and he's playing here July 4th.
I'm gonna go see him here in New Jersey, Outlaw Music Festival, dude.
Yeah, it is. Is that the one with John Fogerty? Because he's touring with John Fogerty too at some shows.
There's a couple people on the bill, man. Yeah, it's John Fogerty and some other people. I got to look it up again, but yeah, I got tickets for that, so I'm gonna definitely check it out. I saw Willie on the I saw Willie years ago when Neil Young had the what was the festival that Neil Young would have?
Yeah, it was Farm Aid.
Farm Aid, yes.
Farm Aid.
I saw him on that. So I saw him one time, but I'd like to see him again.
Yeah, I've seen him several times. So I think we're going again in July. But if anyone wants to get in on this on Wednesday, let me know. We will go through this album track by track. It's called Phases and Stages. It's available on YouTube and anywhere you stream music as well. Okay, guys, any parting words before we go?
I just want to say, Eric, good to see you, brother.
Good to see you too, man.
Travis, it's great to meet you, dude. I'm going to friend you on Facebook, so expect that within the next minute or so after we get off here. And if you don't accept it, then well, fuck you then. I'm just
you know, if you guys have, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, no, brother.
I talk too much. No, I talk too much. You can. I'll talk afterwards.
I just want to say, Andy, thanks for having me on the show again. I love you, brother, and that's it. That's my parting words.
Say, Andy, thanks for letting me on the show, man. It was great hanging with you. Al, it was great talking with you again. Travis as well. Listen to the Rock All Over You podcast on Spotify, fucking Apple Podcast, and Podbean.
It's a great show, guys.
And listen to the latest Journey Caddyshack episode.
Listen to that Journey episode. It will literally make your dick bigger. Like it's scientifically proven.
Huh.
Oh my!
It will.
You should advertise it like that on Pornhub.
I need to.
you want to add 5 inches? Listen to this episode. What were you going to say, Travis?
I'd say I love being on here with you guys, and I look forward to coming on again.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think you guys are awesome. And you know, one more thing I wanted to say about David Coverdale. It's funny. We'll end it with a funny short story. Is that David Coverdale, like around 81, he and Whitesnake were opening up for Rainbow. And David Coverdale said in this Deep Purple documentary that him and Richie were still at odds with each other. So he went backstage after the show, and he's like, I hear a familiar voice, and then Richie grabs him by the back of his hair and tries to toss him out. And and David swings around and tries to deck him, and it just goes into a full-on fight.
Wow. Oh, shit.
They had to be
damn. Man. I tell you, that dude, I mean, he's a great guitar player, but man.
I love Richie Black. He's so talented.
Great guitar player. I love Deep Purple.
He's a prick, though.
He punched out a bouncer for beating up a fan.
Yeah.
Wow.
He mentioned in his documentary that he had bad temper. That Richie Blackmore documentary is really good. It's available on YouTube. I'd check it out, man.
I think I gotta check it out, man. Yeah.
So good, man. I love Richie Blackmore, man.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
I love Richie.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever heard Child in Time, that was it for me.
Oh, that was a game changer.
That was it.
When I first heard Child in Time, though, my mom was so pissed because I wanted to be a singer. When I first heard that song, I kept trying to. I'd be in my bedroom listening to it, like screaming. She'd be like, "Shut the fuck up!"
You ain't no fucking
it was that, and when I saw David Lee Roth, I saw a video of David Lee Roth doing the splits off the stage, so I would jump off my bed doing the splits, and my mom would just be downstairs, boom, boom, boom. She'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I'm trying to do my David Lee Roth jump, Mom. Do you mind?
Trying to be David Lee Roth, Mom. I gotta get the bitches.
California girls.
Yeah.
All right.
Panama.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. This was a fun show.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything, and I will see y'all and talk to y'all daily until the next show comes again. I will reach out to y'all with a different with some different titles. We do this every Wednesday, so Al's usually a big part of it as well. So I will talk to y'all later. After this Willie Nelson show, I think I've already talked to Travis about this. We're going to be doing One and Done with Black Sabbath.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what that one is that you only get to choose one track off of each album.
You're gonna have
one track.
You're gonna have a full panel on that one, bro.
Yeah. I've already got a full panel, but if Eric wants to join, that's great. I've already got Metal Mike on that one.
Cool.
And Kate Doré looks like she might be able to make that one, and of course, the great Jerry will be there as well. So
I'm in like Flynn, man. I'll definitely be
as well. So we got a full couple of schedules coming up, and I'll probably take Al's idea. The third week after that, we'll do that bands of the '80s.
Yeah, that should be a good one, dude.
Yeah, that's a really good
idea.
A good idea. We can really come
there's
up
a lot
with
of great
really
there's a lot of great '90s albums like by '80s bands, dude, that got really overlooked. And I know all you motherfuckers have great picks, dude. And that'd be a good episode.
We'll do a top 10 of that. Probably in the beginning of June.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Guys, take care, man.
Thank you so much. And I'll talk to y'all later. And y'all take it easy.
Take it easy, man. See you guys.
See you guys. Take care.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bless you.